Well, the time has come to pick homeschool curriculum. Does it fill you with excitement because you get to research all the options out there? Or does it perhaps fill you with a little bit of dread because you get to research the options out there? Well, either way, we do need to look at what is going to be right for us. I do promise you that there is the right curriculum for you. It might just take a little bit of time to find it, and that's okay. So let's look today at how we can pick the right curriculum, but stay to the end because I do want to announce the winner of the 1,000 Hours Outside Activity Book giveaway. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you so much for joining me today as we look at how to pick the right curriculum. Yes, there are so many choices out there, everything from online to fully paper. That there is thematic, there is literature-based, there is unit studies, there's, so many different types. Do you want religious or not religious? Do you want to be able to... Okay, so many questions, right? Do you have them when you're thinking about curriculum? I know I do. I like to look at curriculum. I love to write curriculum, and yet it can still feel daunting. The researcher in me gets all excited about all the different curriculum out there. I'm like, and I can look at this. And then the homeschooling parent in me gets a little apprehensive about, well, if I do this, is that right or not? And, so we can go back and forth, even within ourselves. But yes, there's the right one out there, and there are some things that we can do to just make it easier when we are narrowing down our options. And that's what I want to look at. That's why I bring these videos, right? Because I want to help you. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for everybody who has been liking, subscribing, sharing with their friends. Thank you. So, pressure. We get that, don't we? But we've got to make it right. And we've got social media posts that say we should have it all together. Have you seen all those amazing, the schoolrooms with the libraries and everything is color coordinated so beautifully. I look at that and I'm like, I don't even want a schoolroom, but I start feeling guilty that I don't have one. So we have this and then we get to the whole curriculum and which one should we be using? And this friend says, this curriculum is great. But this friend says, oh no, this one is great. And we get these sort of warring voices. And I understand that. Most homeschoolers, when they get excited about their curriculum, want to share it with their friends and, why they like it and all of that. And yes, we can get on board with that excitement. But just because it's right for them, does that mean it's right for your family? That's always a good question. Remember, every family unit is different. Every child within our family unit is different. And so when we come to pick curriculum, there's really some things that we want to look at. Do we want it to be an all-in-one that you just purchase it and it's got every subject that you need, you do it, you get to the end of the year, whoo, hooray. Or do you want to know what's out there and say, I want to do this and this and this and this and put your own thing together? When you make that choice first, then we come into the next part on how to decide. Point: 5 steps to help you decide. So I think that one of the key things is actually knowing your child's learning strengths and weaknesses, even as a young child, okay? So maybe you're just saying, hey, hang on, we're just starting with kindergarten. You might have picked up my child has been really quick and easy to pick up this, but I've noticed maybe we've had some problems with tracking in the book. Okay, those little things can help us and go, how do I want to approach this? What sort of things do I need? Not every child is every grade level. You can't just say my child is in first grade. They're really, got these different strengths, different weaknesses. Now, I like to look at both because I feel that our strengths can support any learning weaknesses and help to build them up. And to me, that's how I've always operated in that. I'm I've seen you so good with that, so let's help you over here. Yes, that can help us with our children and actually helping to pick the right curriculum. And knowing your child's strengths is important. I do have a video on that. Check out the link below. We also want to know our children's learning style. I did talk about this in the last video. I talk about learning styles a lot, actually, because I believe in them. But you know what? Yes, you do need to know if your child's going to learn better from seeing, by hearing, by doing. Because if your child is not a visual learner, maybe doing a full online curriculum is not the best choice for them. This is one of the great things about homeschooling. We don't have to do a traditional curriculum if we don't want to, especially if it doesn't meet the learning style of our child. There are curriculum out there really designed for that visual. Guess what? There's also really great hands-on curriculum that is great for our kinesthetic learner. So when we know our child's strengths and weaknesses in learning, that we know like their learning style, this really helps right at the start to narrow down some of the options that we have in curriculum. This one's for you. Know how much you want to teach. And I say that because, yes, in younger grades, of course, we're going to be teaching more. But do you want a curriculum that you can just pick up, open, go, oh, okay, great. Today, I follow this script. I just do this. We've got it. Or do you want one that, because you actually like all the preparation and you want to be able to like prepare and dig deep and get ready in order to teach? Do you want to be like full-time teaching, or do you want to be more hands-off? So again, there's curriculum that meet like all of that. To be honest, when I'm looking at any parts of curriculum that I perhaps want to bring into our day with the girls, I'm looking for something that I can just pick up and run with. I don't really want to be preparing. Maybe it was those years of teaching and having to write lesson plans and preparing, I don't want to bring that for me into homeschooling. The things that I do want to do, of course, is like write stuff for them, but that's based on them, and that's also me. So when we know how much we want to teach and our preparation, our involvement, again, that's going to narrow down our options. Know your child's interests, okay? Again, a great joy of homeschooling is that we don't have to follow what the schools are doing. When they say third grade is this and we're all doing that, guess what? We don't have to do what third grade is saying. You could have, your 7-year-old so super interested in dinosaurs. So really focus on that. Let them learn the skills that they need learning about dinosaurs. Or you have your 10-year-old that just wants to know everything about ancient Egypt. Great, run with it. They love science, run with it. When we know their interests, we can help cater to that. Makes for a great homeschooling experience. To me, I really feel like in this information age and with the access that we have to books, content will come, okay? And it doesn't matter if we're learning it according to what schools are doing it. And again, like every state, like every area sort of is learning at different times. So follow their interests, know their interests. They want to cook more, And that again, when we know interests, can help us and go, oh, this curriculum actually really suits them because it's hitting their interests. Now our options keep narrowing down. And really, our last step is doing our research. That is the key thing, okay? We do need to look into it. We can't just blindly choose a curriculum and go, yeah, that'll work. You won't be happy. Okay, so do talk to your friends, but don't just say, what do you like about this curriculum? Find out what they don't like about it too. We can't make a good decision if we don't know the pros and the cons. Borrow from friends to have a look at and go, oh, nah, too much teaching there. Oh, that doesn't really follow their interests, or really don't like the way that it's sort of written. That's up to you. Many times online, you can get samples of the different curriculum. Lets you print out a couple of lessons so that you can look at it and go, okay, that's not bad. So in doing that research, because we've already narrowed down from strengths and weaknesses to learning styles, how much we want to teach, interests, now we're hitting here and going, okay, maybe it's just 3 or 4, hopefully not 5, 6, or 7. But, we've narrowed down and now like looking at it going, okay, this is the direction that I want to take. And this is the curriculum that I want to use. Doing that research is really important. As I said, I love to research. And so I've actually reviewed a couple of different curriculum. I'll put those links down below. And just recently, I looked at a whole bunch of different math curriculum. There is some great stuff out there. There truly is. And in that, I feel confident in saying you can find the right one for you. But what if I picked the wrong curriculum? This does happen, and it's okay. You've narrowed everything down, you've done your research and felt, this is it. But then you started it and nobody's loving it. And now all of a sudden, it's like, well, nobody really wants to do school this day. And you just find this, what can you do about it? Well, you really have two options. One, stop using it. You don't have to plod through like an entire year's worth of curriculum because you're like, I chose it. We're going to do it, by goodness. No, sell it and get some of your money back. Okay. Or the other option is that you can go, well, there are actually some parts of it that I like. What if I then supplement into it and make it more enjoyable like this way? You really can do it. And then sort of take that deep breath and go, I know it means a little bit more time, but there has to be a better one out there for us. I know that we can find it. You know what? It might take a little bit of trial and error. And that's okay. Honestly, it's okay. And I get that the biggest part of it really is cost. But again, most of the time you can sell it and recoup. Or you know what? Next time around, see your friends have and see what you can borrow. Because there are so many inexpensive options and ways to do it that it doesn't have to be a huge cost. So we don't need to feel weighed down of what if I picked the wrong curriculum? Because it's okay. The important thing is that you find one that does work for you, that makes schooling happy, that makes everybody just feel, this is good. You can do it. Well, thank you so much for watching today. And thank you again, really, for being part of this Learning Life community, for taking your time with me today. I want to announce the winner of our 1,000-hour activity book giveaway. Thank you for your comments and being a Patreon. I have entered your name into our wheel, and let's see who is going to win. And our winner is Diana. I'll be reaching out to you to find out where I can send you your activity book. Thank you for being part of this giveaway, and I look forward to seeing you soon. If you want to help get these videos out, you can. You can do that as a champion through patreon.com or through my website, LearningThis.Life.